Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ethical Hacking Cohort. Today, we are joined by Mr. Jatin Jain. He's the Senior Manager at Cyberyan Training and Consultancy. I welcome you to the stage, sir. The stage is all yours now, and I'll just be backstage. All the best.
Yeah. Thank you, Dhruv, for inviting me. And yes, guys. So today in this session, we would be covering the first phase or in the ethical hacking. So like I would be introducing you to the five phases that are there in the ethical hacking. And we are covering the first phase, which is a very important phase. And we termed it as reconnaissance or footprinting to, and let's start. So now, if I talk about like this ethical hacking, so if I say in the ethical hacking, before moving to the terms of ethical hacking, we I would like to introduce you to some of the key concepts which are used in this ethical hacking. So the first would be this information security. So as you all know, whatever as a cyber or as a cyber expert or as a cyber security people, we want this in our information to be secured. And this, if I talk about this session, so accordingly, this information security contains these five principles. So basically, this information security talks about these five pillars, but they are basically based on the CIA triad. So in the CIA triad, there are three pillars, and two more pillars will be added in it. So the first one talks about confidentiality, integrity, availability, authenticity, and non-repudiation. So if I talk about this confidentiality, so yes, that the information should be confidential, means it should only be accessible only by those users to whom they have the access. So this is the one of the most important element. Then if I talk about the integrity, so of course the the main principle among this is the integrity. So if I talk about the integrity, so that means I receive a mail or maybe you sent me a file. So this should be ensured by the security that I received the same mail or I received the same file as you have sent to me. So using this integrity principle, we are ensuring that. Then, if I talk about the availability, so yes, this availability stands for like whenever an authorized user want to access or wants to have the information, it should be available without any delay. Then the two main elements of the which we talk about are the authenticity and non-repudiation. So if I talk about this authenticity, so obviously the document or the data which we receive has is basically a quality or basically a genuine document. Then the non-repudiation means it is a guarantee that the sender, after sending, cannot deny that I haven't sent that message, and similarly, the recipient won't deny that I haven't received the message. So these are the basically five pillars or five elements of our information security through which we are basically going ahead. So in the complete cyber security, we would be learning to protect these, and the complete cyber security will revolve around this complete scenario. Then if I talk about the the phases. So then, before starting the phases of ethical hacking, there is a very important term which we need to discuss, and that term, if I talk about, is called the vulnerability. So yes, if I talk about the vulnerability, so then what do we understand by the term vulnerability? So then any weakness or any if I talk about in a simple term, so any weakness which can be exploited is termed as a vulnerability. So there are different types of vulnerability as you are seeing on the screen. I hope many of you are familiar about this. If you are not familiar about this, so I have written some key points along with the vulnerability heading. So, based on these vulnerability, we also have some of the tools that maybe we will be looking in maybe next or next to next cohort, so in which we would be running a scan on a target machine, and using that scan we are able to find out the vulnerabilities. So yes, if I talk about, there could be the vulnerability which could be due to some protocols. So if I talk about the protocols, so then http, ftp, icmp, smtp, if these protocols have vulnerability or their versions are outdated, so then it will be termed as vulnerability. Next, if I talk about the operating systems, so yes, the operating system contains vulnerability. Like suppose if the operating system is not patched, maybe there is a security issue. So then it would lead to a exploiting of that particular operating system. So it would also be termed as a critical vulnerability. Then if I talk about the network devices, so all the network devices, be it router, firewalls or switches, if they contain some information, if they contain some vulnerabilities in them, so if I talk about these network device vulnerabilities, so all these, like I was talking about this routers, firewalls and switches, if they are basically configured, if they are particularly configured, not properly configured, or maybe their devices are, or maybe their configuration is set to the default configuration, so it will be termed as a critical vulnerability. Then insecure transmission of user accounts will stands for this user account vulnerability. Then if I talk about the, if the user has set up system weak passwords for the system accounts, then it will be termed as the system account vulnerability. Then our web servers, or maybe our internet servers, if they are not properly configured, like you must have known about some of the servers, there are IIS server, Apache server, this FTP server, SSH. So if they are not properly configured, it could lead to a internet service misconfiguration vulnerability. Then all the devices which are in our network, if they are using, like all the devices which we bring, they contain some default passwords and settings, so it is always advisable to change the passwords. So if those devices are basically are set and use the default passwords, so then it will be termed as a default password and settings vulnerability. And of course, if the network is not properly configured, in or the devices is not properly configured, so then it will be termed as a network device vulnerability. So I hope these type of vulnerabilities you all are able to understand. And in case you are having any problem in it, so do post in the comment section, and then I will be able to answer them. Then, if I talk about what do we mean by ethical hacking, so as far as the term ethical hacking, since the ethical word is added before this hacking, so obviously using the hacking tools, tricks, techniques, and everything to identify vulnerabilities, but in a ethical way. So the organizations hire these ethical hackers, and they want this. The guy or the team, they set up a team so that they focus on this ethical hacking techniques, and then these ethical hackers basically to try basically these hackers try to exploit their systems and the resources just like a hacker does, but they don't like what we say, like, but they don't take out any sensitive information, or they don't uh, delete, or maybe doesn't plant any malicious activity. They make a report and then they submit it to the management so that they can upgrade their security. So yes, it is also used to reduce the information and communication cost. Obviously, if an hacking attempt or a data breach occurs to a company, so its brand value will impact with to a great extent. So that is why this ethical hackers will be hired, or maybe the company will be creating specialized roles or specialized teams in their organization, so that this ethical hackers would be able to to point out or the vulnerabilities or the or the misconfigurations that they will be seeing in the network or maybe in the application. So next, if I talk about the ethical hacking framework, so as I told you earlier, there are five phases in the ethical hacking. So first one, the reconnaissance or the footprinting, which we are covering in this session. So this completely talks about, and this is the most important phase, which if this phase is properly done, so then we are able so if I say like then 60% of our work would be done. Because before proceeding to penetrate into a system, or before proceeding if we want to exploit any system or we exploit any network, so we should have a complete information gathering of our target. So we will be covering the complete things that we would be showing, and all the tricks, all the techniques which we are showing in this reconnaissance phase. Then, if I talk about the scanning phase, so then if I talk about the next phase, that would be the scanning phase. So this scanning phase will talk about the the information that we have gathered. So once we have gathered the information, then we want that particular information to scan. So for example, I scanned for a network, or maybe if I scan for the machine or maybe a target, so then I would be scanning that and I would be locating for the entry points so that I would be able to enter into that system. Then once I am able to locate the entry points, then my next step would be to gain the access. So how I would be gaining the access? For that, I would be creating some exploits, or maybe I would be running some tools so that I would be able to enter into the target. Then, after entering into the target, the next goal would be to remain undetected and to maintain the access. Means if the target machine gets switched off, still when the target machine is on, so I would be able to gain the access. And then, and the most important part is to remain undetected. And last but not the least, the point would be, so after doing or after exploiting the target, or maybe after extracting the data, or maybe the after fulfilling the purpose for which I have penetrated into the machine, so then to clear the logs or to clear all the logs that are being generated on the target machine, so that we would be in a safe position. So these all are the basically the ethical hacking framework. And now let's start this phase number one, which is reconnaissance, information gathering, or footprinting. So then, yes, this is ethical hacking framework in detail. But yes, let me give you an overview about this. So this footprinting reconnaissance, I talked about, then it goes to the scanning and enumeration phase. Then we do the vulnerability analysis. Then there are different ethical hacking domains. Like this ethical hacking could be for a system, it could be for a web application, it could be for network, it could be for mobile, it could be for wireless, it could be IoT devices, or it could be hacking the cloud. So these all are the basically the ethical hacking domains which we will be covering. Then, if I talk about that all the tools, so yes, there are some of the important tools which are listed here. So this is Nmap, Metasploit, then Wireshark, then social engineering toolkit. Then for the web application, this is a very good tool, this Burp Suite, and of course some AI tools are also there. Using this, we will be covering this ethical hacking in a way. Then, if I talk about these, what are the threats and the procedures that we will be techniques, threats and procedures that we will be covering. So yes, some of the techniques are listed here. Like we would be doing this password cracking, the malware analysis, social engineering, or the planting of the malware. We are brute forcing the accounts or maybe the username and password, DOS or DDoS attacks, then the privilege escalations, then this SQL injections, then sniffing, the session hijacking, and of course the crypto analysis through which we are analyzing the cryptography or cracking the cryptography algorithm. So this we will be covering in the more sessions. So let's concentrate and let's start the first phase. So the first phase, which talks about the having the complete information gathering of the target, or we will be terming it as footprinting and reconnaissance. So it totally stands upon to gather maximum information about the target, to gather as much as information you can. So we will be doing some practicals. I will be also showing some practicals on how we would be gathering the information gathering. So yes, so as I already told, to gather as much as information about the target before launching of the attack. So this reconnaissance can be done in two ways. First one is the passive and the second one is the active. As the name itself suggests, so passive means in which the target doesn't know, like we are taking out the information from of it. So then there are different techniques through which we will be covering the information gathering. I will be telling you in a while. Then when I am directly connected with the attacker, and when I'm directly connected with the attacker, oh sorry, when I'm directly connected with the target machine, so then all the requests which I am placing are being recorded by the target. So this in which I would be immediately interacting with the target. So then it would be termed as this active attack. So now let me show you like what all are the different information gathering techniques. So today we are covering this footprinting through search engines. So in this footprinting through search engines, I would be showing you the practical of some Google advanced search queries. Apart from this, we are covering some Google docking. So I will be telling about this in a while. And then we are also performing a tool, a search engine, which is called this Shodan, which is termed as the search engine of hackers. So we are also looking about this. Then tomorrow, what we will be doing, we will be covering this Whois footprinting, the DNS footprinting, and the email footprinting. So suppose we receive a email which is a spam mail. So then how we would be classify, how we will be terming it as a spam or a phishing email, we would be looking into tomorrow. Then on the third day, we will be covering this complete social engineering techniques. Apart from this, some automation tools of our information gathering. So today we are covering this search engine techniques. So like as I said, like the Shodan and the Google hacking database, and apart from there, some advanced search filters of Google, which a normal person is not able to find out. So let us go deep into this, like how we will be using this to perform. So yes. So now if I talk about the first thing, so like if I talk about the Google docking. So you open this google.com, and whenever we search, like for example, we search for any particular URL, so what it says, it gives us the result by this particular keyword. But let us assume, like if I want to search only and only for a particular for the results in a particular website, so there is a Google Doc which we can use, and that Google Doc is named as site colon then the name of the website. So when you press enter, so now you are seeing here only and only the results from this particular site is listed. So this is there are so many filters. So I will explain some of these. Then I will let you know like how you would be able to find out the other docs, and using docs you would be able to take out that information which we are not able to see in the real world. So yes, so when I talk about this, so now what if I want to search for PDF files or maybe document files or maybe some Excel files inside my website? So then I would be using another filter, and I can also use multiple filters. Like for example, I want to use a third one. I can write it here. But let us check the results. So when I click on this, so see what it did. It is now showing all the files which are having the extension PDF. So you can look for other thing also. So since no file of Excel is there, so it doesn't return any results. But yes, you would be able to perform this type of dockings. So here you would be defining the target website, and then you would be performing the name of the file which you are looking at. Then let me tell you some more docs. Like for example, I want to show some results, and I want that particular result should be COMSHIA, and that COMSHIA would exist in my URL. So you guys all very well know what does a URL means. So let me enter into it and see. The first one contains COMSHIA-S course in Delhi. Second one also contains COMSHIA Network Plus course in Delhi. The third one says COMSHIA CISA Plus certificate course in Delhi. And similarly, all the links which contains COMSHIA in it is listed here. Then, for example, I want the results to contain, say, networking, but that networking result should be in the title of the page. So when I press enter, see, only two results are there which contains networking in the title of the page. So using this Google Doc, we can refine our search, and we can uh, place we can have more information to of our target. Then yes, if I talk about this is a very good talking which I am now explaining. Like for example, I want to look for the jobs that are existing in Microsoft. So what I'm saying, like all in URL colon Microsoft, then I am seeing this career. So when I press this, so see, all the jobs which are posted by the Microsoft are being listed here. Along with that, you would be able to see the other links through which you can be able to find out this. So this means everything of this, like Microsoft and Career, should be in the URL. So yes, in this URL, when all of this is sent, so it I am able to take out all the openings which are being hosted by a organization. So next, we coming to the next talk. So suppose if I talk about this in text. So then in text, if I talk about, maybe I want to look for a configuration, or maybe this VPN configuration, I would be looking into it. So see, in text, in text stands for the content which would be inside your web page. So I write this VPN configuration. So this VPN configuration, if the Google is able to find out these in your body of the page, so then it will be showing. So let me show one more important thing which I will be showing. Like for example, there could be a chance that some websites kept their directories open. So whenever they put the so if a website is not properly like the directory of that website is not properly secured, so then I would be able to take out the complete data of that folder. So let me give you a demo. Like for example, I if I go to this, so see, they haven't secured this uploads videos files name folder, and I am able to take out this, and if I click on this, and I would be able to download their data. So similarly, we can do something like this also. Let me show you. Like for example, I want to search for Pakistani websites and then in title index of. So see, all these websites of Pakistan.pk domain have come, and there is a Rawalpindi Medical University is there. So if I click on this, so see, this WB content uploads directory is basically exposed. So I can go to any folder and I can be able to check out the files, or maybe I would be able to extract the data. So yes, this is as a web developer. So all those people who are here and watching this should protect their directories. Otherwise, they become a subject to the directory traversal attack. So you should protect your directories. It should not be exposed like this, because an attacker can simple use a simple keyword, and using that keyword he would be able to take out some sensitive information. Like, for what if I say like site colon pk, and maybe in text, suppose confidential. So any information or any file which is basically confidential, see, confidential doc, or maybe this privacy policy, or maybe some I would be able to find out. So similarly, we can look for this log files, or maybe the FTP logs. So maybe in that FTP logs, some passwords or some username could be in clear text format. So if they would be in clear text format, so then we would be able to find out, and then the attacker would be extracting that username password, and then he would be connecting and planning the attack. So these are some of the basic things, like as a web application developer or as a web application developer should look into it. So they should be performing this, and then accordingly they would be keeping their application protected. Then,
Sir, hello, sir.
yes,
Sir, your video is paused. Can you just check on that?
uh, now
Uh, no, it is still paused.
still paused. Oh, wait.
Can you just check your internet connection once?
Yes. To in all your voice, I think internet.
Hello, sir. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes. Now it is showing.
No, sir. It is still paused. Why? I don't
Still
know what
paused.
it is. Yes, yes, sir.
Oh, can I rejoin?
Yes, sir. Sure, sure. You can just exit and come again. Apologies, guys, for this minor slack. We'll be right back. Stay connected. Yes, sir. It is working fine now. You can
Yes.
just share
So
your screen and
yes,
presentation now.
yes.
Apologies, guys, for this technical issue. Jatin sir will be teaching right back.
Yes. So guys, sorry for the technical issue that we just faced. So yes. So now I would be moving ahead, and as I was saying, like for example, you want you have used this docking. And what if you want to use this or and the and condition? So all those people who are in the web development, they know what does this or and means. So let me give you a basic idea. Like this or means either either the first condition or the second condition, whichever is true, will be taken care into it. And if I talk about the and, so both conditions, if they are satisfied, then it will be shown. So like for example, I want to show, like in the site colon pk, the title, maybe in title should be admin, or maybe it should be login. So then if I press this enter, so now you are seeing here either there is admin, or either there is both, or either there any of this, like see login. So when I click any of this, so then I would be getting to know this username and password screen, and then the attacker would be running the attack to brute force this username and password. Because the first step would be to find out, like if I go to this website. So then if I go to this website, maybe they haven't gave us the link of their backend. So then when I am not able to find out the link of the backend, so then how I would be able to find out? So this I just shown you, like using some of these tags, using these some of the docking, so we are able to find out the backend. So yes, when we are able to find out the backend, so then we would be able to perform the attack. So as I told you, like using these search engines, we would be performing these attacks, so that these would be covering into. So now you guys, if you want to learn more dorking, so you can anyways l- search for this Google Docs cheat sheet. So you can open any, like for example, you click on this. So here you would be getting a complete information. Some of them which are being used a lot, I have covered. But yes, you can cover all other which are being listed here, and you can practice and accordingly see. So this says or, so it will show the results either from the Facebook or either from this Twitter. So and this will show the result which contains both Facebook and Twitter. So basically, how this is how we would be able to find out. And of course, star.com means will be showing all the websites which are ending with com. So I don't want the results to be shown from .net, .org, or from any other extension. So yes, then I would be covering this site colon star.com. So I recommend you to practice them. And in case you are having any problem, so then we would be covering them, and I would be answering them in the coming sessions. Okay. So then comes a important search engine which I talk about, and this is called the search engine of the attacker or the search engine of hacker. So let me show you like how this search engine can be done. So of course I am doing it on my Kali machine, but it is not at all required to open it on Kali. You can open it on your Windows also. Okay. But let me show like how it is worked. So this Shodan is basically a paid search engine, but this paid search engine will still give you, if you have to create your account first on this, that I will show how to create it. But once you create your account, so in a free account, the top two pages will be shown. And after that, if you want to explore more results, so then you have to take a pricing plan. But yes, for the knowledge, for the checking, for the information, to keep the information hands on, so I will recommend you just to create the account. So to create the account, you have to click on this login. Then using this login, you have to sign up. So when you go to this Shodan and you go to sign up, let me show you. So when you click on this login, it will ask you to register. If you have to register first. So here register with a temp mail. So all those who doesn't know what does this temp mail means, so temp mail means it is a disposable temporary email which can be used for 10 minutes. So clicking on this temporary email here, let me show. Let like a temporary email address will be generated here, and you use this email address to register. And once you complete the sign up process, so a verification link will come in your inbox, which is shown here, and you activate it, and then you save those credentials, and then you start your Shodan. I hope it is clear, because I won't recommend you using your original email ID to register on the Shodan. So use a temporary email address to register, and then we will be looking. So then once we have clicked on it, and then I am able to log in into here. So then, using this, I would be able to search. And again, this Shodan has some keywords. So let us start with some important. So see, some of the filters are already listed here. So let us use some of this. Like for example, I want to search for all those websites which are hacked now. So then you have to use this http dot title, and then maybe you can search for this hacked keyword. So when you click on this search, so this is how you would be able to find out. So see, we have find out some of the websites which are hacked. So if I go to the next page, so there are more results. See this, but yes, I am on a free plan. So see, I am not able to browse further. So if I click on this next, so it will say you have to purchase. So let's go back to the results and let me explain. So see what it is saying, showing, it is showing 502 websites I have found, on which 233 are from US, from Germany, from China, from Taiwan and Singapore. So for example, I want to look for only for the Germany websites. So you have to click on this Germany. So when you click for it on Germany, so see the results are being filtered here, and you are also seeing the flag here. And this, if you want to, if you click here, so see you are able to open this website, and it says hacked by Mr. Green. So this is how you would be able to find out some of the things. Then you want the ports which are running on these websites, you want to filter it by 443, or you want some top organizations websites which are being hacked. So if you click on this, so see this organization websites are showing, and these are being hacked by different hackers. And if you click on here, like instead of clicking here, if you click here, so the complete information of that website is being shown here. See what it is showing. It is showing your domain, and then your server, and then the host name of that server, then the country, then the city, then the organization, then the ISP which is hosting, and the ASN number. So autonomous system number. So this I gave you a task for tomorrow. So I want all of you guys to read what does this ASN number stands for, because we will be starting our practical of web application and the subdomain, or maybe the enumeration of the servers by this ASN number. So I want all of you guys to read what does this ASN number stands for, and then we will be doing it tomorrow. Then on which web technology this website is working, which is the front end, which is the back end, you are able to find out. And then see what it is showing. It is showing there is a 2013. This is a CVE, like this is a critical vulnerability which is being found. So you can also read it from here, like a vulnerability which is being listed in 2023, and the number is 2220. So you can copy this and you can Google this, and you would be able to find out the exploit for it. So let me show you this CVE 2013. So see, if I go to this, so see here I would be able to read all about what does this vulnerability stand for, how it is listed, what it does, and what it causes. So see all the things, what it does, everything is listed here. So okay, all right. Then here I am able to find out what all are the ports that are open. So this SSH port number is open, the HTTP, the HTTPS port is open, and port number 8000 is also open. So see, on this 22 port number, the service open SSH is running, and the version is 9.6p1, and the Ubuntu server something is running. So I am able to find out this. Then, if I talk about this port number 80, so yes, on this NGINX, that is 301 redirection is set up. So port number 80 is open, but nothing is being uploaded on this port. But on this port number 443, this particular thing is coming, and then the SSL certificate is I am showing, and then is this 8000. Nothing is being uploaded, but this port is open. So now, as an attacker, what we will be doing, we will be launching an attack on this port number 8000 and this port number 22 to find out whether we would be able to penetrate inside this particular machine or not. So the IP of that machine is listed here. It is also clicking, and if you take the paid version, so then you are able to also locate the complete geographic, like a map, a satellite map is also showing, which is showing the location of this particular server. But yes, if we go to the paid plan, then we are able to take the bigger version of this also. Okay. So this is how we would be using this Shodan. So let me quickly use some more filters. So like for example, I want to search for all the devices which are located in the US. So then I put this country colon US. So here you don't have to write the complete country name. You have to assign the codes. So you can search for the codes on Google, like country code 2 digit, something like this. When you search here, so yes, if I click on the first option, so then I am able to find out. So similarly, if I want to search for the devices in Afghanistan, so I have to write this country colon AF. So see, if I go to this Shodan, so I write here country colon US. All the devices, all the servers, all the IoT, or even the IoT devices can be searched on this Shodan, which is not possible on our Google search engine. So that is why it is called the search engine of hackers. So yes, let me show you one more thing. Suppose I want the web cameras which are exposed, which are not having password protection. So then I have written a filter called webcam XP, and then I want to search it for the country. So yes, you can apply multiple filters in a line, and then you can apply those filters, and then you can search for that. So yes. So see, the results are being coming, and let us check if we are able to find out any web cameras which are exposed. So the results are just loading. This is the command webcam XP, and then I'm wanting the country to be US. See, I got first one, the second camera, the third camera, the fourth camera. Now suppose I want to open this. I clicked on this. So see, I am able to watch the live feed here. So like this. So that is why it is a since these all are critical vulnerabilities, that is why I told them like see this. See, a bird is sitting there. So that is why it is always better or it is always recommended to change all the things that all the default passwords that you receive. So then in the tomorrow session, like what we will be covering this Shodan on the command line of Kali. Like this is the graphical user interface. So what if I want to run Shodan on my command line, like on here? So then I will be explaining you all the steps through which we will be performing. Apart from this, we will be looking into the DNS footprinting. Then we would be looking it into the like we would be covering this one. Then we will be covering all the DNS footprinting, and then the network and email footprinting, and the who is footprinting. So the tomorrow and day after tomorrow would be completely a practical session in which we are able to find out the geolocations, we are able to find out the location of a website, we are able to find out how many web servers are being developed, deployed, or how many IPs are being used by a particular organization, which hosts are up, which hosts are down, which host should I look for footprinting, what services are being running on it. So then we will be covering all those in the tomorrow session. And apart from this, we will also be covering this command line of this Shodan. So yes, to run this Shodan, I recommend you to use this filters cheat sheet. So accordingly, you would be able to find out the results through which. So last filter which I am taking for today. Suppose I want all the systems to be shown of Google. So then I would be typing here org, then the Google, and then it will be listing me all the devices of Google. And then I would be able to filter it out by the country, by the IPs, by the services, which we will be able to see in a while. Yes, see. So then how many results I have found? See, so a maximum are from the United States, then from the Switzerland. So now I want only those results from the Belgium. So see, I clicked on this Belgium. All the Belgium devices will be listed here. So what if I click here and maybe if they are have not put the adequate security on this, so maybe I would be able to get inside that system. So this is how the attackers are basically doing the information gathering through the search engine. So Apart from this, what an attacker does, so attacker will also be using some advanced commands. So let me take you through to this also. So like this. So all the docking which we perform, there are certain docking which we can do it from here. So you have to just go to advanced search. So all these words, exact phase, any of these words, none of these words, or maybe this website, I want to find this. So see, it has implemented the Google docking. So accordingly, you can use some of these from here, or maybe you would be using the Google docking filter. Okay. Similarly, if I want to use this advanced image search, so I would be doing it from here only. So I want the image of a particular website to be shown. See, all the images would be shown on of a particular website. Okay. So this is how we would be looking into it. Okay. And one more thing I want to show. There is also a good search engine called this Zoom Eye. So let's suppose I want to search for a particular website. So when I click here, so it will show me the results of a particular website. So let us see. See, it is showing me results from the port number 80, from the port number 443. So like this. So which backend we are using, which database we are using. So this is how we are able to perform. So this website is also a good one. So I recommend you to create an account. Again, create an account by using temp mail and then explore it further. So accordingly, you would be able to find out. So that is it for today's session, and then I would be coming up to you tomorrow, and then we will be showing the practicals. We will be covering the practicals as I mentioned in the today and day after tomorrow session.
Uh, Thank you so much, Jatin sir. I hope everybody got to learn some new things out of your session. And this session will also be available on the YouTube live on the Azure Developer Community channel. We'll share the link with everybody watching. So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, Jatin sir. Thank you for doing this for us. And you all can leave
Thank
this
you,
webinar.
everyone. Yes.
Thank
So
you.
see you tomorrow, guys.
Yes, tomorrow 7:30.
7:30. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.